it's Jessii. Guys, do you know what day it is? Do you know? Well, I mean, obviously you know. It's Halloween! It's Halloween! It's Halloween! That last one was just beautiful. This is like my favorite day ever. And at the time you're watching this video, I'm gonna be at a Halloween wedding, which I'm so excited for. Be jealous. Have you ever been to a Halloween wedding? I bet you haven't. But seriously, I hope you guys have like the best Halloween ever. Have a great night if you're trick-or-treating. Be safe. Do not eat opened candy. Don't do it. It might look good, but don't eat it. It could be deadly. Just generally do not eat candy that looks strange. So today's story is quite creepy. It takes place when I was in grade 7. I had gone over to a friend's house to just hang out. It was supposed to be a completely normal day. Nothing weird was supposed to happen. But you guys know my life. There just aren't any normal days for me. So we're hanging out in her garage, just listening to music, eating some snacks. You know those bugle things that you can put on your fingers? I love those snacks. We're also playing tic-tac-toe with chalk on her driveway because we were just cool 7th graders. You bored? Grab some chalk and find a driveway. You don't have to be 4 years old. Chalk is for everybody. Anyways, she decides to tell me the creepiest story ever. It was something that happened to her a week before I had seen her. She said she was in her garage the other week after she got home from school. She was taking off her shoes before she got into the house when she had a really strange feeling. You know when you feel like someone is behind you? And I know that's such a cliche thing to say. I felt like someone was watching me. It's so cliche, right? But in all seriousness, my friend really did feel like someone was behind her. So she turned around, and standing in her driveway was this old lady. Apparently this lady was very skinny and very tall, and she kind of hunched over a bit. Her hair was long and scraggly around her face. Ugh, I just feel creeped out by talking about it. Stay away, creepy ladies. But yeah, when my friend saw this, she was obviously really startled because it's not a normal thing to see, you know? I don't think I've ever seen a creepy lady just standing in my driveway looking completely dazed. Have you? If you have, I don't know. I'm concerned about you. Now, because my friend was just so sweet, she thought, you know what? Maybe this old lady is lost and she can't find her house. So she got a little closer to this lady and asked if she needed any help. And the lady, in a completely normal voice, says, "Oh, I can't find my child." Which obviously my friend found strange because this lady was old. So if she ever did had a child, they would be at least in their 30s by now. They would most likely be an adult. So my friend thought, okay, maybe she lost her grandchild. But even then, it's like, if you lost the kid that you're supposed to be looking after, why would you go up to a stranger's garage and talk to a 7th grader? Call the cops, you know? So my friend asks if she needs to use the phone. And the lady goes, "I'm looking for my little girl." And at this point, she starts walking closer and closer to the garage where my friend is standing. She's telling me this part of the story and I'm like, no, stop. This is scary. This should be in a horror movie or something. This lady was basically standing in her garage now. So my friend tells her, "Listen, I really have to get going inside now. I have homework to do." And the lady grabs her sweater sleeve and says, "Come with me." She was now trying to pull her out of the garage. Now, my friend was obviously a lot stronger than this old lady, so she didn't want to start a fight or anything. All she had to do was really just tug her arm back, and the lady's face got so angry. And she said something like, "No, you're supposed to be my child." Something along the lines of her wanting my friend to go with her so she could become her child. I don't know, guys. So my friend ends up running into the house to grab her mom. Her mom calmly comes outside and just leads the old lady back to her house. She was completely calm, like, "Hello, Mrs. Brown, let me just take you back to your house." So her mom obviously knew this old lady and wasn't freaked out at her being like in her garage. So it turns out this old lady for the last 5 years has been constantly doing this to people. She lived with her daughter who was in her 30s like we thought, and yeah, she constantly went up to people if they were in their garage or outside of their house, and she would tell them that she couldn't find her child. She would always start with that sentence. And she would occasionally even try to steal little kids that were on the sidewalk. She would sit at the park on the bench and just watch them, and when like a parent went out of view, she would just go and grab them. So the lady obviously had issues, which I feel bad about, but you can't help from feeling creeped out. And it definitely really freaked out my friend. So after she told me this story, I was like completely done with the chalk drawings. I was like, you have to show me where this lady lives. I was completely curious as to how far away she lived from my friend's house. It ended up being like a 5-minute walk. It was just like a couple streets down, and my friend's mom told us that this old lady always sat in the very front room of the house knitting where all the big windows were. So the second we walked by the house, we were able to see her in this room. And it took a few seconds, but she ended up looking right at us with no expression at all. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Let's go back to your house. What I've always wondered is, if this lady has a record of always bothering people, why does nobody keep an eye on her? It's like she somehow finds her way out of the house all of the time. Don't you guys find that weird? I find that so weird. Anyways though, that is the end of my creepy V time. I thought you guys would find that kind of interesting. To end my video today, I have a special announcement. During my meet and greet in September, I did a draw for you guys to see if one of you would be in one of my V time videos. If someone won, they would make a 1 to 2 minute video talking about their weirdest Halloween experience. So the winner ended up being this lovely girl, Molly, who ended up making a video for you guys. She is a very supportive V team member, and I hope you guys enjoy her video. Please give her some love, and yeah, have an awesome day, guys.
Hi, I'm Molly, and this is my Halloween story. Right? Right. When I was young, really young, like maybe 7 or 8, we went to Niagara Falls, and they had this like haunted house, and it wasn't one of those kids haunted houses either. So my dad and I decided to go, and my brother and my mom stayed and like had ice cream. Ice cream or haunted house? Ice cream or haunted house? So there was like a lot of scary stuff. They jumped right out at me and my dad. Daddy! It was so dark that I couldn't see anything in front of me. I had my arms out like this. At one point, I got really scared by like a vampire or something. We had to like leave, but it was funny because like there was like an exit, but it was like for chickens, like for people who couldn't make it through the whole thing. The person who jumped out at me at the point where I got really scared, and he pointed in the direction where we should leave.
Exit to the right, have a nice day.
And then they gave me a little card saying chitin or you're a chitin. I was actually pretty proud of myself for making it, you know, actually into like the haunted house at least. Like, it was fun. Bye guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an amazing, scary, spooky Halloween, and I hope you get lots of candy because what else is Halloween for?